Hey everybody, how are we? Welcome along. It's Wednesday evening, which means we are back on stream, which means we are back with Bolton Wanderers tonight. And last night we kicked off the championship in style, didn't we? We played 8 games, we won about 5 of them, I think. Drew 2, lost 1. We're currently sat 7th in the bloody championship. Who would have thought last season we were battling for our own survival? This year, I mean, granted it's 8 games in, but let's be honest, those 8 games essentially mean we're going to battle for the title. Go big or go home, right? That's going to be the message for tonight. So here we are, chat. Let me just quickly tilt that light there. I think we've got a little bit. That's better. How is everyone? Hope everyone's well. Welcome to, as we say, Bolton Wanderers. It is season 8 of the Story Hunter. We have, of course, been previously at Brackley. We've been at York, and of course now we're at Bolton. We're gonna have to do some maths tonight, chat. I have to work some stuff out because I'm just looking at my calendar here, and it says we're on the 21st of September now. I'm not good at maths, and I didn't realise we were that far into the year. I mean, if they're talking about an 8th of November, 9th of November release date for FM23, we've got to get going some to get this finished off. So we'll try and work out roughly what we've still got to do going forward as to how many more seasons we're going to play, when we can play, of course, as well, because obviously next week is FM playoffs week, so it's path to the playoffs, which means I'm not going to be about doing normal streams, quote unquote, normal streams during the week, and I'm away as well with work for for Wednesday and Thursday, so that also throws a slight spanner in the works, because of course the playoffs is a Friday, which will obviously be a normal streaming day, but that's taken up now with path to the playoffs, which is fine. Sorry, I'm just going to switch those lights on. This, yeah, right there you go. That's a little bit better. I got a tiny bit more light on me there. Yeah, so we're gonna have a little bit more path to the playoff stuff next week, so that's gonna be next week taken out of action. And then I think that, so then the week after is probably going to be potentially going to be fine, but that will of course mean, let me just pull up my other calendar here on my phone, so everything all typed into it. That weekend's going to be fine, that week's going to be fine, but then of course the week after, so the week beginning the 10th is playoffs weekend, so that's 13th and 14th and 16th, which is the Thursday, Friday and Sunday, is all taken up with playoffs. So I don't know. And then potentially we're going to be looking at maybe beta time-ish coming around within those next couple of weeks, I think. Evening Rogie, how are you, my man? Pleasure to have you back in. Hope you're well. Lovely to see you as always. Big Mod on Campus is in, and yeah, we could do with a little bit of downtime between FM 22 and FM 23. Now, how that works, I don't really know, to be honest, because as we say, we're talking about doing a beta save with Arsenal. We need to knock up some thumbnails, although I do have one thumbnail going around at the minute, which I quite like, to be honest. Some of you may have seen it on the Discord, some of you maybe haven't, so I quite like that sort of. Or Nothing is currently the title, because it's the All or Nothing, but I've obviously edited a little bit to take that out, so it's my face on top of Mikel Arteta's, and we've just doctored the All or Nothing poster, so we might use that as our thumbnail, but of course that's going to be for the beta. But then after that we're then going to start knocking up some loads of bits and pieces for the main save, which I think we sort of discussed it a little bit last night, and I'm pretty set on it now. But again, we might have to do some maths, because it seems like I'm setting myself up for a massive challenge here. Okay, so next season, let me just type this out here. Next season, we are thinking about the British Steel Challenge, okay? Which, if you don't know, is You have to win every single trophy there is in England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, and the Republic of Ireland. Now, granted, you can't always win them all because you can't guarantee to win every single league. However, promotions count as a trophy. So say, for example, you end up in the Vanarama National North, and you go via the playoffs, which is obviously what we did with York. That counts as a trophy. What you then have to do, though, is go back down to the south and win that as well. This is where it gets complicated. Okay, so you obviously want to start unemployed. You want to start with no badges at all, no experience. And you just want to try and see what a clearance that is, by the way, from Mungo Bridge. Someone clip that. That's a right back heel. You start unemployed, you start with no badges, you start with no experience, and then you basically go job hunting. So we could really start anywhere. You know, we could be, we could end up starting in Northern Ireland. We could end up starting in the second division of Welsh football. But also the plan as well. I'm thinking is we can't move nations until we've won everything in that nation. Now, whether that's doable or not, I don't know. At this point, it sounds like a good idea because it sounds like we're sort of building a nation, but there's part of me going, that also sounds really, really difficult. And it's going to be difficult enough as it is, so why am I adding further stipulations that might actually make things a little bit harder for myself than it needs to be? That's what she said. So I don't know whether or not it's a good idea to add those steps in. Maybe we just treat it with this is fucking difficult, let's try and do a difficult challenge. What we need to do, though, is we need to shout at these players because we're currently not being Chesterfield, and in fact they're actually playing us off the park a little bit as well, which is not what we expected, quite frankly. The big cheese isn't playing great, so we maybe have to bring the big cheese off. He's probably a bit tired though. Mungo with an absolute worldie of a back heel clearance, so he's staying on just purely for that piece of showboating alone. And then let's get Reece Morgan on as well. Wintel's fired up. MJ's tired though, so let's switch it around that way. Okay, let's go. This might triple change, triple substitution could be the way to do it. Mungo Bridge is a Villa Academy product, is he? He might be, Cluffix, he might be. Welcome in, by the way. Nice to see you in the chat again. Hope you're keeping well. Raggio started in Welsh second division. Oh, come on, Johnny, get your head on those balls. So I'll get there eventually. There's brilliant ball. And Johnny Kenny, of course. Braybrook with the through ball. That's why we bought him as a playmaker. We said statistically last season he was creating so many chances for Swansea. This is what we've brought him in for. He just pings those long balls from deep. He is classed as a roaming playmaker, so he's not deeper into that. Up over the top, and Johnny Kenny does not miss those. Rajo says he started in Welsh second division save this year, enjoyed it but was frustrated as anything when all my players got poached as it's all amateur contracts. Exactly. Now that thing is, Rajo, when you're playing at home, that's really frustrating. When you're playing on stream, that's content. So this is going to be fun, isn't it? Me getting really angry at league registration rules. Oh, Jesus. Of course, as we say that, we're currently conceding a last-minute goal at Chesterfield. Gary, yes, I'm from the northeast, mate. County Durham-ish. Well, I'm from Sunderland originally, but I'm from a little town called Washington, which originally fell under the jurisdiction of County Durham, but is now, of course, under Sunderland postcode. So, technically, you're right. Yeah, my accent's quite soft though. So it's so I'm not a broad Mackem. Good ball. That's a penalty. What's he done there? Absolute assault. Ricky, how are you, buddy? Welcome in. Johnny Kenny slams it in. Great pod on FMT this weekend. Work the spaces at Jen. Isn't he just? We love Work the Space. Such a top guy. Gave me a lot of his time I'm really gutted that Rich wasn't there. I'm really gutted because I think that him and Rich would have gotten really, really well. So hopefully we'll get Jack back on again. But yeah, he's just top, like really, really top, like just chilled out. We chatted for about half an hour beforehand. We chatted for about half an hour afterwards. Then of course, obviously the podcast itself, and it was just nice and cool and chilled out. So he was just very, very good with his time, as everyone who's done the podcast has been, to be honest. I mean, we said about Big Damo was very generous with his time, given the fact that he was over in Florida as well, and it was like time difference and stuff, and massive humidity and things like that. So that was great for him to consider doing it. Bolton versus Cardiff, there's a game right there. I mean, Ben, in the first instance, Dr. Benji was very, very generous to come on the call and do the podcast. We spent a lot of time in that conversation. I think we've been in a call for about 3 hours or something the night before, doing some planning for, ironically, which of course you now know, was planning for the FM playoffs. But there was a long call the night before or 2 nights before that, and then Ben jumped in, did the podcast, and it's about 2.5 hour record or whatever in total, with just chatting about stuff. And like I said, then Jack was about 2 hours. So yeah, it's good. Obviously these guys are doing it on their night off, their day off. So I'm glad you guys enjoy it. That's the main thing. I'm glad the podcast comes out and you guys pick it all up and you're big fans of it. Stevie B, appreciate the follow. That's very kind. Welcome in. What about Boltby's in as well? Evening Boltby. Nice to see you. Gary Miller says Bolton, good team. I live in the northeast myself. Bolton used to have a good player once. Bolton had several good players once. Several good players. I think we spent most of last night's stream going through the through the previous players that Bolton have had. And to be fair, we built a team. We built a team last night. Right, what's wrong with the treatment of Tom Pearce then? What's everyone upset about? Thinks Tom Pearce should be allowed to leave the club, but we're trying. Tal Ben Haim, yes. Hadn't even thought that. The tactic calls itself 4-4-2. This is not 4-4-2. Have we broken it again? Oh yeah, this is the thing. We haven't saved it. We haven't resaved it. Sorry. So this is 4-3-3. Big Sambo. Sorry, my mistake. We overtyped on a 4-4-2. You see, that's the thing. So we've gone with what you could argue is a 4-5-1 or a 4-3. I think it's 4-3-3 really. Evening Matt Blade, how are you? Welcome in. Keep trying to persuade the missus to move to the northeast. She's having none of it. I can understand why, Bolton, to be honest, but at the same time, it's a lovely part of the world. So 4-3-3 technically, possibly a 4-5-1 depending on how you look at it. 2 ball-wielded midfielders in here. Roaming playmaker is Braybrook, of course, who spins the balls all over the place. Up front, we've got the big cheese playing out on the wing. We've got Dapo at the minute as an inside forward, but could potentially be Matovu as well here, who likes to sort of slot in and get balls running through. Twine, of course, can play there as well if needs be. And Dembele, again, who's also injured at the minute. Unfortunately, Bradley Nixon forced a move to Dundee, so he's not here, I'm afraid. With the British Steel Challenge, says Sean, what about signing players from the nation you're in? I mean, I guess so. I mean, the challenge is hard enough as it is. We're gonna do the maths in a second, Sean, and you can work out whether you think this is going to be doable without adding any additional terms and stipulations. See what you think about this, okay? Forced to move to Dundee. Did you give him several concussions in the run-up, or was it just born daft? Mate, he tried to get a move to Ross County at first, but then he forced the move to Ross County, and then he turned it down. Ross County bid for him. I turned it down because the bid wasn't good enough. He kicked off royally. He's like, I want to go to Ross County. Then eventually they offered him a move, and he was like, I don't want to go. So I'm starting to think that he's driven to Dundee in his bare feet. It's an Alan Partridge thing, I think. Could be money, Cloughix, you're right. Could be money. So this is what we're talking about whilst the Millwall game's on. Not Mikel Arteta's Millwall anymore. The big cheese with the goal at the back post. Locatelli, welcome back in. Locatelli, welcome back in. Hope you're well. Pleasure to see you again, of course, from the other night. What is this about? So the British Steel, Ricky, is, and for those people who are just catching up to speed, British Steel is what we're going to do for FM23. We'll do it on Twitch. I think this is the save for me, to be honest. The plan is to win every single title in the British Isles. England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, and the Republic of Ireland. Injury to the big cheese, that's not good. That's not good. It's a foot injury, he's fine. He's never used his feet ever. He doesn't have to worry about that. If it's his head injuries, then we're concerned. The cheese board. Ankles made of cheese strings. Quite possibly, actually. Well, I know, Ricky, this is the thing. We don't do winning here. Because what I was thinking was, originally I was thinking of a build a nation. Well, not a build a nation, a one nation save. I was very, very clear on trying to advertise it as a one nation save. So maybe so it's either going to be it was either going to be Wales or it was going to be Scotland. And I thought that would be good fun. But then I was like, I don't know. Maybe we try and sort of like switch it up a bit. And then I've seen this building here, this British Steel, and I think it's a bit more interesting, to be honest. It's essentially, if we strip it off, right, if we take away the whole winning thing, it's a British Isles journeyman, a proper British Isles journeyman, where we obviously want to manage in all those nations, okay? So this is how it looks, right? You need to win, okay? And we'll wait until this match is finished. As Rogie says Jason Knight with a hell of a strike. You're right, we don't do winning around here. It's very, very quickly pulled back. Tobin, by the way, was a guy we were trying to buy. At Millwall, I've got quite a few players we've tried to sign, to be honest. Tobin McKnight's someone we looked at, but we can't afford his wages at all. But you know what? Pick that out. That's a great strike, to be honest. We're still not expected to be up here, so it doesn't really matter. Well, Millwall down there. Right, one all. We'll do that. That's fine. Say we're unlucky. Build a nation saves a nightmare. Second yellow card has basically had to almost break the game to make it work. Exactly. So that's the thing. So I don't want to do a build the nation. Ankle ligaments for cheese. Ankle ligaments for the big cheese. 3 weeks. I think we can just about get by. We'll be all right. Okay. No. See, Matt, this is the thing, Matt. This is not. I think this is where some of the misinterpretation of the British Steel comes. If you come second and get promoted, you don't have to resign, because promotions count as trophies, in a sense. So what you'd have to do, okay, is you've got obviously you want to try and win all of the leagues in the cup. So with England, it's the Premier League, the Championship, League One, League Two, National League, National League North, National League South, FA Cup, EFL Cup, Pizza Cup, Community Shield, and the FA Trophy. Okay, so with this, we would have to be promoted from the National League. Ali, 12 months, an entire year's worth of support. Thank you so much. Genuinely, that means an awful lot. Thank you. Hope you're well. As I say, always lovely seeing that little sub counter go back up, and just like the amount of time that people have been subbing, it's just mind blowing. You know what I mean? We've got people in here who've subbed for 18 months now, and it's like really means a lot. So there's England, of course. Scotland is the Premiership, the Championship, League One, League Two, Scottish Cup, Scottish Communities League Cup, and the Scottish Ramsden's Cup. Some of these names, of course, may have slightly changed. Ireland is the Premier League, the First Division, the Ford Cup, the Sports Cup, the Munster Cup, the Leinster Cup, the President's Cup, and the Champions Cup. That's apparently features both Ireland and Northern Irish teams as well. So if we win that, we actually cover that with both nations. There, Northern Ireland is the Premiership, the Championship 1 and 2, Northern Irish Cup, the NIFL Cup, the Charity Shields, the Antrim Shield, the Steel and Sons Cup, the Intermediate Cup, and the Mid-Ulster Cup. Wales is the Premier League, Cymru North and South, the Welsh Cup, and another Welsh Cup. And if we're being really ambitious, which we're not, there's then all the European trophies as well, right? Which we're not getting anywhere near that, right? So, but essentially, where we're thinking, so start unemployed, start with no badges, start with no experience, do a job hunt, see where we go. That's the plan, and with the idea being that we want to try and win these leagues and move around and get some success. So that's what we're hoping for. Because I think that I think journeyman is what we do, right? We do journeyman around here, okay? We don't do one club saves. We don't do, achievement hunter or story hunter or whatever. Is what we do essentially. This, there's a lot of narrative in something like this. We could. We could leave at the right time, we could leave at the wrong time, go and try and find a new job, we could be sacked, we could spend years trying to get out of the first divisions, never mind the later divisions down the line. And then of course we've got to be tactical about how we do it. Do we go for the so-called smaller nations first, like a Northern Ireland or Wales, get those leagues done first because they're more tricky, or do you go for a larger nation like England, get your rep up, get to League 2 and then drop back down to Northern Ireland and do that? It's an interesting way of playing it, and so that thought process and that dynamic is going to be interesting as well, while we'll try and work that out as to what's the best way to do it. Rogie, if you've got an up-to-date list, that'll be awesome. Thank you, because obviously some of the sponsors of the cups have changed. So that is, as I say, that is 32 trophies. I think it is 32. We could do it as just British players as well. I mean, that makes it hard as well, doesn't it? Only signing British players. But yeah, 32 trophies, so that's at least 32 seasons. So this can be the only save. That can be the only save. We can't deviate from it. Make it really hard and only do youth players. But the thing is, though, Cliffix, I don't actually think that makes it harder. I think that, because what we've noticed, and I don't know if you guys have noticed this as well, Northern Ireland tends to get a really good crop of youngsters all the time. We've seen it even in this save here. There's a couple of really good Northern Ireland players that are kicking around. They've just moved off to England for good money. There's a decent amount. There's always good Welsh players. There's always good Scottish players coming through. I actually think it's probably, don't make me say it out loud, I don't think that's the difficult part of the challenge, doing young players. I think the difficult part of the challenge is the actual process of getting those wins and getting things actually put in the trophy cabinet and moving the save on. That's where I think the challenge is going to come. And knowing us, we can make that much more difficult than anyone needs it to be. I think we're maybe sitting back a little bit too much here against Birmingham. Maybe we need to be a bit more positive, as we're going to almost go 2-0 down. Yeah, Wales does get decent players, yeah. Cracking 6-foot striker, got 30 goals in a season, says Rajo. Yeah. Well, look, I mean, we've got Rhys Murphy here. He's come out of nowhere. Cardiff Met always seem to get some decent players, so most of the good Irish players end up taking English citizenship, so it's fairly accurate. Yeah. But this is the thing, so, again, how would you work out these British players, would you class it as players who've obviously now got passports? So you could, for example, have, I don't know, I think, is it Bangor in Wales, or Barry in Wales? Have got a large Italian community. So if there's loads of Italians who stay there for 5 years, they get naturalised as Welsh. Do they then count as Welsh players? I think they probably do. So, we could obviously get that, and not quite the way we had it with Indonesia, where we were trying to bring Brazilians in and naturalise them into Indonesian passports, but something along those lines. Like if other nations, if other clubs are getting those players in, then we obviously wait for them to get their second nationalities. We could do it that way. That could be a thing. Oh God, I've just the list now you see the list in front of me. I mean, that is terrifying, right? That is terrifying. Oh dear. Do we think? And you know what? The best thing is, it doesn't even matter if we don't do it, because at least we've tried. Did James do the British Steel Challenge? No, he didn't. Of course he didn't. No, he just got out of like the lowest league in Northern Ireland after about 7 seasons, so there's no chance he was going to win 32 trophies. Oh, great save. Oh. Favourite one is the Papa John's Power Gout and Free Tuesday Meal Deal Pizza Cup. Mate, I love that one. That's my favourite one, actually. Top teams to manage in FM23, Bristol and Swindon. Absolutely disgusting behaviour. Really? In what sense? What have I missed, Sean? What have I missed? Who's advertising Bristol City and Swindon as the top teams? Box to box, I think, for Wintle, rather than ball winning at this point. Kenny, he had loads of space to run into. He almost panicked. Oh, Mantovo. Oh, FM Scout. I mean, to be fair, FM Scout is predominantly just a bunch of brand new creators who have been asked to make videos for somebody else to get loads of views, and their channels don't blow up. So it's not like it's been, it's not. I wouldn't say that's a definitive list. Let's say. Oh, he's off. It's got to be. He's gone. Red card. Harry Maguire, Michael Keane, James Maddison, Patrick Bamford, Callum Wilson, Harry Kane to dig up names that qualified to play for Ireland. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. You've got players obviously could change nationalities if they want. I mean, I'm eligible to play for Scotland. And I would. Unfortunately, my kids can't. They unfortunately only have English passports, so they can't do that, which is a shame. It's an absolute shame. John Joe Kenny's Johnny Kenny's tiring and possibly going to get booked. I'm going to be, you know what? I'm going to go with it. Lyndon Dykes makes it 2. Oof. So McGinn's arse has scored and Lyndon Dykes has scored. That's what it's all about, right? That's what it's all about. That's against the Ukraine, isn't it, tonight, in this Nations League or whatever? Which is a great competition. I've always said the Nations League is a fantastic competition. Easily one of the best international tournaments I think that's ever been devised. Doesn't really matter, does it? Doesn't matter. All it proves is that we could have beaten the Ukraine in the World Cup if we wanted to, and we clearly didn't, because we don't want to. We don't really. We're not really bothered about the World Cup. 2-1 defeat against Birmingham. Not ideal. Especially when they went down to 10 men. We put 3 up front as well, and it didn't really seem to make any difference. But so we are starting to slip again, which is fine. But look, we're expected to be down here, so 10 matches in is not really a huge concern right now. But what is a concern though is obviously now trying to work out whether British Steel is remotely doable. Is it remotely doable? Be fun to try, right? Be fun to try. Request postponement. We've got 3 players out against Norwich. Yeah. Get it cancelled. Get it cancelled. We're not playing that match. Isaac Whitehall was a player from Wickham that apparently was quite interested. So think about that. So obviously, let's say this 30 odd trophies is probably tough, right? Probably tricky. In terms of what we've got here with Bolton and with FM22, as I say, we've probably only got about 2 or 3 weeks left, haven't we? And then, of course, like I said, then we need a bit of downtime to do thumbnails and intro videos and, consider doing bits of YouTube nonsense and stuff as well. So, might be something we might have to look at. I don't know how we incorporate it, but I think we probably have to. I'm going to make him a box to box. He's not quite a box to box. He is more of a playmaker, but I just need. Actually, maybe Dempsey could go in, couldn't he? Dapo. Will Reece go out wide? Could be a wide target forward, possibly. He's an Enganche, so I'm trying to think of sort of interesting ways to play this guy. Mamedov's playing really, really well. We're up against Bolton, we're against Middlesbrough. Tell you what, Welsh is not really playing great, is he? But he is our best defender. But just worry that form could be a concern. Ian Smith's on the bench still. Robbie Gotts is just about coming back to fitness, which again is handy. Let's go with that. There is a slight tweak on it. As I say, we're going to keep a bit of a change, so that we've sort of brought in Dempsey to play box to box rather than ball winner in the midfield. And Reece Morgan's gone out as a wide target man, out wide rather than as an inside forward. So 2-0 for Scotland up against Ukraine, which is, let's just say, it's fantastic. So Machina with a corner in, cleared away. Nope, not cleared away at all. Bruno Leal with a smash, absolute thunder strike into the top corner. So that's 1-0. So that's not quite the start we wanted, is it? Who's this? This Braybrook just balls it a little bit. Yeah, he does have jumping for 2. He's got 2 for jumping, so that could explain why he's not really wanted to get on the end of it. Borough go up to second. Well, sorry, stay in second at this point. So not really an unsurprising start to the game, I think, in that sense. So let's go positive a bit, shall we? She's starting the game balanced, but need to try and get the ball forward now. Oh, Dempsey's giving the ball away though. This is going to be a goal, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, great save. Great save by Barden. Very good stop. Heads away nicely. Again, not really far enough though. Oof. That'll do. Now here's Twine. Okay, inside Morgan. Braybrook. Kenny. Braybrook again. Wintle out to Mungo. Does nothing with it apparently. But interesting bit of possession though. That's away again. Come on, boys. 3-0 to Scotland now. Oof. Unbelievable, isn't it? We could have... See, this is genuinely proof we could have done it if we actually wanted to. Just didn't want to. We're not going to the World Cup. We don't want to go to the World Cup. Horrible tournament. Run by bad men. Linden not good enough for Scotland according to a lot of people. Dykes with the second of the night. I mean, imagine if Ryan not good enough for Scotland, Gold was playing. Then imagine how many goals we'd have. Right, so not quite able to. Ryan Gold needs to play in a real league first. I mean, don't open that can of worms, Rogie. I can't tell if you're being facetious or not. Yeah. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. I don't know. Mostly messing, yeah. I was gonna say because Portugal was a reasonable league last year, wasn't it? But yeah, Gold over Armstrong. The thing is, I genuinely think that. Oh, Matovo! I genuinely think Scotland managers are worried about someone like Gold because they go, oh, what if he does something that we haven't planned? Like, what if he thinks and sees a pass? Don't know if the other players are going to be on the same wavelength. And I think it's a bit of a worry for them that, like, he might play balls into areas where other strikers and players are looking around going, no idea, mate, no idea. And it's the right ball, but everyone else just isn't clued up on it. Oh, we couldn't even hold on for a few minutes. Arms are up in the air, appealing for offsides, but it's just not gonna do it, is it? I think it's another defeat, folks. I think it's going to be a third goal here, isn't it? Oh, maybe not. Oh, maybe. Actually, here we go. This is where it comes from. McGuinness with a cross in. Nope. McCardle with a cross in. Heads away. No one's going to get on the end of it, are there? Oh. I didn't quite have it predicted as that, but I did think that we were going to concede, but Braybrook's not brave enough on the edge of the area there. Mungo lets him go past, and it's just hit Mahmoud. It's just hit Mahmoud off, hasn't it? Just hit him. In he goes. 3-1. We slip down again. Dempsey, and that's just wide from Morgan. Only just wide. See what happens when you win your first few matches of the season. You start getting all excited. You're like, oh, this will be great. Oh. 4-1. Has it been a 4-1 game? I don't know. Nobody's marking him. He's miles away. Queen is just gone. Players are too tired. They're knackered. Big rotation needed in the next match, I think. We've taken a big beating. A big beating. Yeah. That's fine. It's okay. We know what we need to change. I think we need to try and regroup a little bit more rather than pressing when we're up against bigger sides like that. And I think it's it's just fitness as well. Fitness concerns are a problem. So we've got, how many games we got now until matches until the next 14 days? Okay, cool. So definitely recovery sessions. Right. Where's the, can't do match review, right? Okay. Right, I do double recovery there then. Let's put an extra recovery session in. There you go. See if that makes any difference. I mean, there'll be some of you now watching me going, Tony, why are you getting involved with training? I don't know. I don't know is the answer here. Genuinely don't know. I normally don't press buttons. I normally don't press it, but I'm wondering whether or not now is the time to start pressing these buttons and seeing what they do. So you can never tell, right? Maybe. I mean, who knows? If it works, that, and all of a sudden it's like, shit, Jameson actually knows what he's doing. I probably don't. It's just sticking out there now. I'm not 100% convinced. So with regards then to how long we've got left on this save game itself. So, as I say, next week is all taken out. So there's not going to be anything next week, right? We've got, there's just too much to do next week with playoff stuff, so that's not happening. And then Sunday is probably the earliest chance we've got. Obviously, we've got we'll stream obviously on Friday night, and Sunday we're doing TGFM versus the community as well. By the way, if anyone's interested in that, feel free to jump in on that one on Sunday. Is it TJ Draft? It might just be TJ Draft actually. No, TGFM Draft. Don't even know my own commands here. That's Sunday. So then, like I say, next week is a lock. That's not going to happen. Maybe Sunday the 2nd, possibly. It's pretty decent, Rogie, the draft pool. I know it's Scandinavia. I know it's 20 million quid, which on the face of it sounds horrific, but I think there's a... What did I spell wrong? Have I spelled it wrong? I've spelled draft wrong. That's the problem, isn't it? Thank you, Razio. You've done well since being promoted, by the way. The squad are unhappy with the management. I mean, what's wrong here now? It's a chore to come into work. I mean, what the hell do they want to do? Ooh. Well, this could be interesting. This could be an interesting turn of events then. If we're maybe losing the dressing room, Williams can go on a release. Which Williams? Oh, MJ. Oh, yeah. No, we can't. He's still got another year left on his contract. But this is going to be an interesting dynamic then, because okay, if they're going to start kicking off then, job centre. I mean, let's have a quick little. If they're all kicking and pissing off, then yeah, they're all getting angry for no reason. Then yeah, maybe we will be like, actually, I don't need this shit, right? Do you know what I mean? I'm manager of Bolton here, like, you know, there's clubs like Dundee United. They'd love me. They'd love me out there. P45 for Williams. You know what? No, the thing is, I respect Williams, in fact, for bringing it to my attention. The other lot, they're the ones that I have an issue with. The ones who are hiding behind him. Do you know what I mean? Going, oh, you tell the gaffer, that things aren't great. Do you know what I mean? That's what I want. MJ's brought it to my attention and went, Swindon lot, like fucking Bolton lot don't seem to respect you. Jameson for Celtic. Have I got any issue, any things that I'm not supposed to do? Improve the dressing room for 90 days to sort that out, apparently. Who's McCarthy? Is he he must be the chairman. I've not got any promises. You know what? We could go anarchy. Let's go anarchy. Can't see me getting it, but let's go anarchy for a little bit, shall we? Let's just say we've only got 3 weeks of this left, right? I'm not fussed about moving to another club in the Championship. Maybe the Swans. What are Swansea saying? They're down in 20th. Could we get them promoted? I don't know. Get Reading promoted? 16th. Or is Dundee United just a bit funny as well? I mean, it feels... Dundee United feels very much like Aberdeen, doesn't it? Currently sat bottom. Excellent. Sell the job unsuccessful. They just literally went, no. Who's this? Oh, mate, what are you whinging about now? Like, what do you want? If we're leaving, can we fire Williams? No. I mean, we don't need to... Look, as I say, I think Williams has done the right thing, right? I think Williams has done the right thing. He's come to me with a problem, right? As I say, everyone else who's snivelling behind my back, just like not even having the balls to come up to me and go, Gaffer, there's an issue here. Do you think he's the ringleader? Do you think? I say, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe it is. Rogie, get a poll up in the chat. Can we get a poll? Do you reckon? Is Williams the ringleader, or is he the only one who's brave enough to tell me like it is? I think if the players are starting to turn for no reason, might I add, for no reason, right? I don't know what's going on at this point. I don't see why they're kicking off. Norwich is a good... Yeah, if we can get Unai Emery sacked, we'll take over Norwich. Delia Smith would probably love us. We'll turn up with she'll teach us how to make a flan as well. It'd be great. But yeah, Celtic have decided that, nah. They just looked at my CV and went, nope. No thanks. I mean, everyone's just kicking off, aren't they? And why? And why are they kicking off? That's the question. We've gone from having... Oh, look, we've saved the club from relegation to... That's a really good start. To everyone now going, oh, we're really upset. I don't understand. Evening, Inky. How are you, buddy? Welcome in. A flan is a blast from the past. The flans are top tier desserts. So who's the pissing and moaners then? Tom Pearce, he wants to leave, right? Off you fuck, right? MJ, is Williams the ringleader, a backstabber, reasonable, fictional? He's definitely real. He's definitely real. Whoever's voted for fictional, he's definitely real. Oh, he's former Liverpool. There he is. And Swindon. He's been at Swindon. There you go. That's the problem. 32-year-old player shirt up, fire him. Yeah, Matova's upset that he can't join Crew on loan. I mean, what's going on? This is where we're at. This is where we're at right now. You know, players who are trying to get themselves transfers, but then at the same time when they're being offered out, going, nobody wants you. Nobody wants you because you're a moaner. That's why. So thankfully we're playing top of the league next. So that should be easy. Right, Reading jobs available. Norwich jobs potentially available. Bristol City might become available. Then of course we've got some League One jobs. I can't see us getting the Wolves job. That's a bit too high profile for us, I think. Although to be fair, could see us maybe getting considered for something like Port Vale or Oxford. I mean, we could potentially get offered. You know, the Swansea job's a thing, maybe. Only secure finances though. Burton Albion, not really anything going on there, is it? Excellent youth facilities at Reading, apparently. Tony's created a fake player who's rebelling. Skynet is real. So far, fictional's winning the post. I love it. I love the fact that we've proven he's a genuine player, and already you guys go, "No, he's not real. He's not real at all." This is exactly what I like about you guys. Michael Appleton sacked at Charlton. It's League One. It's a step down. It's a step down, Charlton, but two potential positives. Charlton, we get to use this guy, Martin Jensen, who looks incredible, right? He looks like he's gonna be a talent, and Dollar Dobson is still there. just saying. It's dropping back into League One from the Championship, so it's far from ideal. Posh at top of the division. I mean, there's all kinds of craziness we could do at this point. So he's currently fictional. Fictional has won the poll. Ringleader and Reasonable have both been drawn. Backstabber 0, apparently. Nobody said Backstabber. I mean, to be fair, surely Ringleader and Backstabber could go hand in hand, maybe. I suppose the interesting thing is we were trying to work out, when's this save ending? Could be sooner than we thought. Could be much sooner than we thought. Let's regroup, I think, rather than running around. The big cheese is back. But then again, Scott Twine's doing good. Scott Twine's doing very good. Let's bring him in place of Dempsey. We've already got MJ's already off the Christmas card list. Mrs. J, have you been sacked already? No, not yet, Mrs. J. No, but there's dressing room dissent. They're not being very nice about me. Williams, right? Okay, now the chat are going to make me turn on Williams. There he is. Look at his face. Punchable, isn't it? Punchable. The reason we don't like him is he's said, right, he called a meeting and he was like, Gaffer, all this lot here, you've got a mutiny on your hands, right? And it turns out he's from Liverpool. That's why. He's also not real, apparently, according to the poll, despite clearly having an entire history. But yeah, so there's a mutiny on the go. So I'm worried, really. So I don't know what we're going to do. If I was a betting man, I'd say we're going to lose. I'm too nice to fire him. There is that as well, yeah. People are suggesting that I just fire him. It's like the thing with the firing squad, in it. Like you turn up, you sack one person straight away, or you shoot one person on your first day in the job. He is a regular, actually. Yeah, he is actually. We play him a lot. He normally plays where Wintl's playing, who shouldn't really be playing that role because he's not ideally suited. Maybe we could swap that around, actually, see if that works. Evening Llama, how are you, buddy? Welcome in. We're not massive on the new sponsorships deals at Bolton just yet, because they don't like me. They don't like me, Llama. The fans are okay with me. The players don't like me. They're all doing secret meetings and that, and it's not nice. It's not nice. So we might have to move. Wintler's a yes man, and we like that. Maybe this is why you keep losing games. Stop executing the play and stuff at Dawn. It's the only way they'll learn, Rogie. It's the only way they'll learn. Just a thought, is that you're fiddling with training that upset them? Do you reckon give them 2 more days of recovery and they went, no, we don't like this. We don't like this. Yeah, I think that's the first tweak we've made to training ever, I think. I just think the fact they're pricks is what it is. It's footballers, isn't it? They're used to lavish, fancy, la-di-da lifestyles. And I come in and I'm like, could you possibly win some football matches, please? And they're going, no, I don't think this one's not what we do around here, Gaffer. And to be fair, I know that. I know winning football matches is not what we do around here. And in fairness, they probably do that as well. So maybe that's the problem. Maybe I've turned up and they're going, we thought you were the manager that lost things. Like, why are you trying to get us to win stuff? This is nonsense. It's not your job, Gaffer. But you're right, Llama. Skullduggery. Absolutely skullduggery. But yeah, hope you're well, my man. It's a pleasure to have you in. I caught up on your last mercenary episode for your Lazio save. Very much enjoyed it. There was some drama there, wasn't there? Fire Williams before it spreads. Oh, what's going on there? Barden has just palmed the ball into the goal. Terrible keeping. Awful. You can't. Oh, and Bridge has missed an open goal. Do you remember when we asked in a couple of streams ago, did we ever regret leaving York? No. Not at all. João Pedro makes it 2-0. This is against top of the table, right? Yeah, we're just talking about that, Llama, just trying to work out when we cut this off. And tonight, I think, seems to be as good a time as any, really. I'm looking forward to FM23. I'm very much looking forward to it. I think there's a lot to do between then and now, though. And yeah, I need to try and switch out and work out why this is not really working for us. So I think let's do that. As a DM, he's supposed to be a carrier, isn't he? But let's put. I almost put. Oh, it's winter. That's fine. I was like, oh god, I almost put MJ in there. Let's try that. Go a bit more positive as well, actually. Ian and Dan FM, how are you, buddy? Welcome in. Big Cheese can't get through it. Johnny Kenny. I think we might have to bring Johnny Kenny up as well. Actually, he's not having a nice time out there, is he? Oh, João Pedro nearly getting a third. So at the minute we are sadly sliding towards that relegation spots, aren't we? Norwich have picked themselves off the bottom of the table though, so maybe maybe Unai Emery is not going to get sacked just yet. Maybe not just yet, but we don't know. We don't know. Two 2-0 defeat. It started so positively, and it's just slipping away a little bit. It's the FM luck modifier, definitely an FM luck modifier, I think. You know, Dan, sorry to hear that, man. Obviously, we all send our love. Bloxham needs to. Oh God, he's whinging that I'm like, right, you've not scored goals. Even War Dog, how are you? We're not. Have we won the league yet? No, quite the opposite actually. No. It's all gone the other way around from last night. Don't understand how. And it's not going well tonight. I'm not saying that we're looking for jobs, but we're keeping our eyes peeled just in case. That Norwich job is not up yet, to be honest. It's, to be fair, War Dog, it's just one of those things. It's we started like a house on fire, and those results have helped us. To be fair, but here's where we are at the minute. After a great start, this has just has sort of set in, and it's not ideal. Mr. Motivator, appreciate the follow. If it's the real Mr. Motivator, we need you right now. Give us some motivation. Give these players a little boost that they need, because as we're coming to Wigan at home, Preston away, Cardiff, Huddersfield, Coventry. I mean, these are theoretically winnable games up until we get to Watford, Swansea, Fulham, Norwich. These are matches we need to be winning. However, it does mean that we're going to have to a 3-1 win for the next game. Thank you, Mr. Motivate. If this is what happens, then we owe it all to you. Might have to make some changes, and I think it's got to be midfield, hasn't it? We need to make changes in midfield. Right. Are we freezing MJ out? Is that what we're saying? Are we saying that MJ has been frozen out of the squad? I think it is, isn't it? If we make Braybrook a box-to-box rather than as a... Do we put Morgan in that enganche role? The lesser spotted wide target man, yeah. Well, we're trying, Owen. We're trying some different pieces. He's a he's an Enganche, you see, so we're trying out some different bits and bobs. But hope you're well. We've started well with Bolton. Currently on a 5-6 match run where we haven't won. 5 matches. We haven't won in 4 actually. But out of our last 6, 7 we've won 1. But that's how the season started. Great, loads of green. But yeah, not a pleasant ending to last night's stream where we lost to Bolton, to Derby, sorry. And then we just scraped through against Chesterfield. And then fucking this. we were third, yeah. We drew against Forest, we drew against Hull. We're still expected, if you look at the, where is it? Season preview, we're expected to finish 21st. So at the minute, you know, it's Bolton doing Bolton things. It'll be fine. Oh yeah, and the players don't like me. But apart from that, everything's totally fine. It's gonna be all right. Big shout out, by the way, to Howie Roller. If you're not following him, drop them out a follow. He is, of course, Bolton fan in real life as well. So extra bit of pain for him having to watch this through his fingers. Oh God, here we go again. Yes, B Burn, how are you? Welcome as always. Welcome back in. This is a match we, of course, need to win. We go back onto counter pressing because we want to get the ball back quickly. I think in this one, maybe try and play a slightly higher tempo today as well because we're at home, so we're going to kind of be a bit more dominant, a bit more assertive on the ball, a bit more aggressive. Try and force the play, so we go positive as well, and get some pump fists going on here. Can't afford to lose. It's done nothing. It's done literally nothing. Nobody gives. No, they don't care. They're not bothered. The big cheese is doing well. Burn. The big cheese is doing well. He's getting goals. He's been injured for a little bit. That wasn't fun, but he is back now. So you know, he's on the mend. Right. Okay, here we go. Bridge with the throw in. Big cheese. Wintle. Mungo. Morgan. At least go down for a penalty. Linesman's got his flag up. Lets it go though, apparently. Don't know what's going on there. Great tackle by Robbie Gotts. The big cheese. Johnny Kenny. Robbie Gotts. No, Wintle. The big cheese. Disallowed. Thought he'd done it. Oh, he is off, to be honest. He's way off, if anything. Right, here's Mungo Bridge with a throw. Wintle, forbidden cheddar. Reece Morgan. There's your wide target man, Owen. There's your wide target man. Gets himself up for the header. Here we go. That goal is because Wigan are wearing red. It just doesn't look right. At this point, we move up to 10th. At this point, obviously things can change in the blink of an eye, but Mr. Motivator said 3-1. Do it for Mr. Motivator. They're clearly going down our left-hand side, aren't they? We've got Mungo and the big cheese doing all the work down there. I think the big cheese might need a bit of help out. Mungo might need some help, actually. Oh, Garcia's through. That's fine, don't worry. No panic. Oh, Wintle picks the ball at the big cheese, turns it through, goes back on the defender again. Mungo Mamadov. Mungo gives the ball away. Nicely intercepted though by Rooney. Robbie Gotts. Johnny Kenny. Out to Robin Morgan. Big Cheese nods it down. Braybrook. Got to hit the target. It's better football, though. It's much better football. This is what we're expecting. You know? Very happy with that. Very happy. Even as players, they're not bothered. Even as players, they're not bothered in the dressing room. They're just like, yeah, whatever. Braybrook. The ball. Oh, Johnny Kenny doesn't pull that one down out the air, does he? Cheese. The Big Cheese is tiring. So we have to replace him. And he's got a knock again. Ball inside. Oh. That, to be fair, it's because Robbie doesn't get the tackle in here. It's because Cheese doesn't get the tackle in. Rooney should have jumped. Should have actually gone for that one. Demand a bit more. Yeah, he does get a few niggles here and there, doesn't he? I think it's just because he's gangly. Just a big lad, just constantly putting himself about. He's gonna take a few knocks and bruises here and there. Oof. That's a decent effort. Robbie Gotts is only a 6'5". I thought he'd be actually quite heavily involved. Let's bring Sergio Montal on. A bit of Argentinian flair. Ian Smith on at right back as well. We've let them back in the game, haven't we? We were dominating the first half. They've probably had the better chances in the second. In fact, I think they've had chances. I don't even think we've had a chance in the second half. Twine's taking a knock. They're just booting us down this left-hand side, aren't they? They obviously figure that's where the threat comes from, so they're just trying to kick anybody. Johnny Kenny, what a block that is. Incredible block. Oh, free kick for them in a very, very dangerous position. Oh. Right, okay. This is one of those now, isn't it? Right, regroup, I think, and just try and hold on to the ball now. Play for set plays. Six minutes of time added on. Nice interception. It's not gone, though, is it? Heads down. Braybrook, sorry. Twine over the top. Johnny Kenny. Just puts it wide. Huge moment. Should have been a goal. Should have been 2-1. But look, it's a point, right? It's better than nothing. It stops the rot of defeats, that's for certain. Scott Twine's now out for a couple of days. That's not good. Cheese out for a couple of days. So Mungo, Mamadov and Welshie all need a bit of a rest. Mr. Mover need them in the next game. That's fine. It's between the next 1 and 3 games, wasn't it? That was the thing. So don't worry about that. I'm not holding you personally responsible, Mr. Motivate. I couldn't. You're a stone cold legend. So Preston North End now 23rd in the league, second bottom. Preston versus Bolton. That's a proper old school cracking game. The Norwich job's available. Chat. The Norwich job is available. What do we say? I mean, they're bottom of the league. They've got players like Mason Holgate, Paddy McNair, Victor Johansson, Jed Spence. They've still got Rashika, Han Hee Chan, Joe Linton. They've still got Adam Ida, Carlos Borges. Norwich, where are you? Let's be having you. Shandon Baptiste. Leo Duarte. Jop Plug. I mean, we have to, right? How are they bottom? I don't know. I've got no idea. And they've got Ethan Laird as well on loan. Joaquin. Not the Joaquin. Otter Sui's in there as well. Jack CFC, welcome. Appreciate the follow. Ian Shithole, yeah. Ian Shithole, the Zambian. 6'3", jumping reach 16 to 20. Look at it. Absolute incredible centre back. That is some squad. That is some squad. If we put the big cheese in there, cheese and mustard, off. Now we're talking. And even Johnny Kenny. Bring Johnny Kenny with us. Now we're cooking, yeah. Too much mustard gets up your nose. Oof. Oh. I mean, it's very much the Alan Partridge way if we end up at Norwich, isn't it? So again, I'm not hankering for a move. Again, let's just remind the chat, I'm not hankering for a move, but I'm pissed off at the players for bickering and twisting away. So we've got 76 days left to change the dressing room, and it's Williams who's the one who wants it better. We've not even attempted to sell him yet. Put him in the reserves though. Try and sell him. Oh, he's very interested in speaking to other clubs. All right, on you go then. Right, Mamadov is suspended. So maybe we put Ian Smith in there for now. Dempsey can come back in. Because it's not Dempsey that's been doing anything wrong. It's the other one. Big Cheese obviously injured, so we'll bring Dapo in to play at left wing. Mungo's tiring. Welshie's tiring. Play Chris Moore rather than Welshie. Mungo can be replaced by Josh, although I don't really like the fact that we've replaced 3 of the back 4. It's a bit concerning for me, but needs must, I suppose. Really. Right, let's go. Let's go. We're up against Preston. We need to get a win here. This is where the fortunes need to change. Let's take this discipline off as well. Let's go. Be a bit more expressive, possibly. Take some risks. Take some risks. They've not won in the last 5. They've got a Jaskalainen on the bench. We've not won our last 5. We haven't got a Jaskalainen on the bench. So, what does that tell you? In fact, we're away from home as well. Braybrook, Doyle, Wintle, as a go. Oof. Good effort, good effort. Wintle with the corner, heads away. De Silva's picked it up. No one's anywhere near that. Normally defensively we're pretty solid from we tend to have enough players back from set pieces, but not that time by the looks of it. Here's Hazard. Sends it forward. Smith nods it down to Moore. Gotts. Morgan back inside. Thought he'd undercooked that for a second. What are overall thoughts on FM22? Yeah, I like it. I like it. I know some people grief on it, hate on it, but I think it's really good. like, you can't play over 1,000 hours of something that's not very good, surely. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's be honest. That's the reality right there. If it was crap, we wouldn't still be streaming it. Like, we'd be doing something different. You know? So, that's where my head's at, really. And for the amount of money that we spend on the game, it's like you get so much back out of it. And even if it's not perfect, and the game's never perfect, you know, we've obviously got to make do with what we got. And I think overall it plays pretty well, to be honest. There's a few glitches in that, but there's always going to be glitches, you know? Definitely one of the best ones, and one of the better ones, I would say. Yeah. If you want to get FM23, by the way, chat, then there's the link. Get yourself a pre-order copy, £32.05 if you put the FAN5 in the checkout. Supports me as well as a creator, by the way, so it goes into making the channel better. We do get a little kickback. Is an affiliate link. Play time's coming up to 3 hours, 3,000 hours, sorry. I mean, 3,000 hours cast is incredible. Incredible times. Ooh, Johnny Kenny off the underside of the bar. Please don't come down the other end and score now. That would be horrific. How we didn't finish that, I've got no idea. Oh, I think that is 9 hours a day is incredible, isn't it? If that's what it works out to for 3,000 hours. Of course, it's an average, you know, but. Alright, we're delighted so far. Let's keep this going. I mean, it's a full-time job, really, isn't it? 8 hours a day on FM. Paul Mullen would be a good signing. Oh, Paul Mullen's a great signing from Wrexham. Johnny Kenny. He's not going to get in ahead of Johnny Kenny, is he? To be honest. I mean, we're 2028 now, Dan, that's the thing. So I think he might be getting on a bit, or possibly even retired at this point. But yeah, for Wrexham, he's brilliant. 1 pence an hour, what value? That's what you got to break it down into, isn't it? Like, how much have you paid versus how much have you played it? Like, you know, and I think for the amount of time that you play these games, then there's got to be value there. You know what I mean? Like, absolutely. Oh, Kenny's hit the post. Unbelievable. Your mate plays for Tranmere. Oh, cool. Who's your mate? Johnny Kenny still won't put the hat-trick in. Oh. I mean, Preston are just gifting us chances. And we're still letting them back in it. Still letting them back in. Yeah, no, he's a player, isn't he? Dapo again, just creating issues. Off the bar. Like, part of me's thinking we now need to make a change where I think we might have to bring Bloxham on. And I know Johnny Kenny's on 2 goals, but I'm worried that we're going to concede again, and I don't really back Johnny Kenny to get the next goal. You know? It's cleared away. It's not as far as Lee, though. Oof. He scored 20 goals in 18 on New Wrexham save. Yeah, that sounds about right, to be honest. He was beastly when we did the first save of the TGFM Community Challenge. He was unplayable. Bloxham's put it wide. It's something with these players. They just don't want to do it. How do you see your game time? Oh, it's on Steam. So when you load up Steam, it shows you how often you've played. Oh, straight at the goalkeeper. We should have had about 6 here, I reckon. 2-1 is not really a fair reflection on the overall outcome of the game, but especially as the game's not over yet, and we might still concede as well. You know, good ball in. Matovo's not going to get that though, is he? Put your foot in, or at least block him. No. No. We've dialed it down. We've gone balanced. We've taken all the expressiveness off the play. A little bounce off the players there. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I don't know what we're supposed to say. I don't know what we're supposed to say there. 2-0 up. Finished 2-2. Unbelievable. I'm kicking off. I'm kicking off at them. I think this is the beginning of the end at Bolton. I'm starting to bite back at them now. Oh dear. Can't believe it. Can't believe that we let that goal in. But you know, just when you can see it, like I said, didn't I? I said we've missed too many chances that we should have had that game wrapped up. And then it comes back and haunts you right at the end. And it's a good goal, mind, but it is that there's a little bit of luck there when the ball sort of bounces off. I don't know who number 25 is, possibly. I think it was. Is it Chris Moore? Maybe? Oh, he's number 30. Oh, it's Ian Smith that comes off. Chaos incoming Scotland, here we come. I mean, look. Dundee United are still there, is all I'm saying. Right? Dundee United are still there. Celtic have decided that they don't want us. That's fine. They've made their peace. Whatever. Charlton's still there, but it is League One. Championship jobs are only Norwich, Reading and Swansea. Burnley would be a heel turn, wouldn't it? Going to Burnley. So would Blackburn. QPR, they're in League One, so that's not even an interesting job now. And then yeah, Scotland, there's just no more Scottish jobs up yet. So chaos season not quite incoming just yet. Just yet. There is time. There is time. Excuse me, there is time. We'll play Cardiff in the Carabao Cup though, so let's see how we get on there, shall we? Right. Went to a Lowestoft game away last night, won 3-0 with 10 men. Nice. We could do with a bit of that fighting spirit out on the pitch here, to be honest. But yeah, they've not brought it. They've not brought it with them, have they? But I say that. We are still 15th. We are expected to be 21st. So there's not too much to worry about just yet. You know, it's not the end of the world. I'm tempted to keep it like that, you know. I'll tell you what, let's keep it like that, because that side nearly got a result against Preston, and it is technically our second string back four. So the Carabao Cup doesn't really matter for us. Like, if we get knocked out, we get knocked out. It's irrelevant. It's all about the league. So if we get a result, brilliant. But if we don't, it doesn't matter. I know you could argue, well, you know, morale and stuff, but I think at this stage, morale's out the window. Oof. Kamal with a shot over the bar there. There's Morgan, gives the ball away. Rooney picks it back up though. Morgan gets it back. Rooney, Gotts, Braybrook. Robbie Gotts, evening, the United City FM. How are you, Kev? Hope you're well. Pleasure to have you in as always. Oh, there's a goal for you. Johnny Kenny suggests, oh, no, disallowed. It's not good enough. It's not good enough, Kev. You deserve a goal on your arrival into the stream. Hope you're well anyway, my man. Hope life's treating you good. How's the Scandinavian Nordic Hunter going? I am a bit all colded up again. Yeah, bloody kids, innit? Bringing all the germs all over the place. So, yeah, eldest Jameson started school, and I've obviously now got no voice and bunged up with snot. So, yeah, it's just the way it is, unfortunately. But that's one of those things, isn't it? You know, it's just a cold. We can get around it. B-Burn off to bed. No worries, man. Nice to see you as always. We'll see you soon, no doubt. Johnny Kenny. There you go. Right, there's the goal that United City should have got. There's the goal that B-Burn gets for leaving. At least that puts us 1-0 up. Cork finally kicking off the Champions League against Milan. And it's big Johnny Kenny again for you, Kev. He is our goal scorer. He is our main goal threat. Because there's not many of them in the team at the minute, to be honest. They're all a bit... how do I put this politely? Crap is where we currently are. But it's fine. They're probably just under a bit too much pressure, I think, at this point. You know, so here's another free kick conceded in a very, very dangerous position. Oof, just gone wide. But yeah, I think this match is sort of a bit of a thrower match, to be honest, because it is the Carabao Cup. We don't really need the Carabao Cup. If anything, it's an unwanted distraction from the league. So we have discipline. That's good. You know, it's a little bit more of a distraction. It's sapping players' energy as well. So again, happy that we've managed to go for an entire match there with the second string back four as we come up to those league games against teams who are in and around the bottom of the league. So they're the games we need to be winning. But this could be good for morale, though. Get a victory under our belts. At least it might turn a few players' heads back round to be like, oh yeah, soz boss, we shouldn't have really kicked off. You know, we can now see the bigger picture. You were right. Because of course here we are, 5 points ahead of Preston, 6 points ahead of Norwich. Sheffield Wednesday, of course, down there struggling as well. But conversely, 3 points behind Wigan. So 3 points away from mid-table. It is the Championship as well, so we're only 7 points from the playoffs. But looking at obviously how we've had our form tonight, the 2 wins we've had have both come in the Cup. So maybe we put all of our eggs into the basket and do the Carabao Cup instead and go on a cup run. The expectation for the season is to finish 21st, Kev, out of 24. So we're expecting to battle bravely against relegation. So we're overachieving so far. We're 100-1 to win the league. So Norwich, however, are massively underachieving. They're 7th and currently in 23rd. So I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned. Like, yes, we've lost 4 games in fairly quick succession. We've drawn a lot of games, but again, I'm not overly worried. I'm not worried. Like, we're in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup now, which, granted, we might not see. It's another 2 months down the line. We might not see those games, but we're there. Yeah, we just got to wait and see if this, if all this nonsense behind the scenes calms down, and see if we can start improving. Ipswich jobs available now as well. Where Ipswich currently sat? Ipswich are currently in the Championship. 18th, the Tractor Boys. Got Ronnie Edwards, former Peterborough player. he could lead the club to glory on his own. John Vargas, we've obviously looked at previously. Liam Kitchen, we've looked at. We were going to get him from here, and we didn't sign him. Tom Bilson doesn't look great. Bogard he's former Villa, isn't he? Lamar Bogard. Stuart McKinstry. Reasonable. Do a Bobby Robson and take Ipswich to glory. We haven't got time. Yeah, because that's the problem, Tony. Time is the issue here, not ability. Time and ability are interchangeable things, right? I'd like to apologise to Huddersfield because now I'm not in. I will not accept anything other than a win. Well, you know what? If you're about to upset the entire city of Huddersfield, Kev, then I'm all for it. I'm willing to back you on this one. Okay, and if you're not allowed into the city of Huddersfield ever again, then I will sign a petition to go against it. Bolton versus Burnley in the quarters. Don't say it too loudly. We could get to the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup at this point. Right, look how quickly everything turns around in this game. You know, Bloxham's like they're gonna call Bloxham back, aren't they? Really, to be honest. I know, Rogie. I know I said it. Don't quote me on these things. We could. Did I say could or should? I think I said could. Because that is possible. If we're still in a job come Burnley, then we could potentially. Did I say will? A narrative they've got running in Jurgensen. He's the man that's going to score the goal to put us out in it. And Josh Kittle, oh no. They've literally gone on a spree. They've got Vitinha as well. Actually, how are these guys 18th? And they've got Mengi. Sander Berge. Oh, that's because they've got Steven Sessegnon. Oh, not Steven Sessegnon, not Stefan Sessegnon. Got decent side, Burnley. Decent side. Right, we need to ignore Burnley. We need to put them out out of our minds for a little bit, and push on instead elsewhere. Chat, Tony's called up. Now's the time to convince him he said anything we like. I'll just agree, Kev. Just go, yeah, I totally said that. You guys are all like, did you remember the time he said this? Now we're having to go, yeah, probably. Let's put. You know what? I think I'm tempted to give the lads who've just finished that match the run out against Huddersfield. Let them go. Welshie's back in because we needed to replace Moore, who obviously can't play because he's on loan from Huddersfield. So Welshie's come back in. Mamadov might be on the bench, I think. Yeah, Mamadov's on the bench, as is Montel. Mungo's on the bench as well. Mantovo's on the bench. Bloxham's on the bench, and Kyle Dempsey as well. We're at home, so we should theoretically be trying to take the game to Huddersfield. So might go a little bit more direct, possibly. Oof, Harris hitting that ball over the top there. That's not what we want. I think Ian Smith's going to be up against it, to be honest. Be a bit more expressive here, I think. Right, Wintle with a corner. Head's just gone wide from Morgan. Great job with FMT Pod with Jack, by the way. The only thing that would have improved was a sprinkling of Rich Owens. I know. Like, I really wanted Rich to be in it because I think Jack and Rich would get on really, really well. So hopefully the next time he's on the podcast, we can make that happen. But yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you, Kev. I'm glad it was well received. There's Morgan, Reece Morgan with the header. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, I just think, as I said earlier, just before you go in, like, I think Jack's just like a really, really nice lad, like a really good lad. Very generous with his time. We had about a half-hour chat before we even hit record. We did the record, then we had about a half-an-hour chat afterwards. He tweeted something really nice about it today as well, which was lovely. And again, we didn't ask for that, and that all helps. With regards to viewership and stuff, and I just think it's just a really good conversation, like really good conversation. It's interesting to see where his head's at the minute. Fuck, that's a great goal. That's a great goal. The problem here is this lack of pace that Ian Smith's got in it, which we sort of thought would be an issue. He's been rolled, and then he pings it. And the thing is, he's still got a lot to do, hasn't he? He's still got a lot to do. But yeah, he is just lovely. Yeah, playing on the Minecraft. So I've never played Minecraft, but Rooney with an effort, just gone wide. Well, I must admit, I did treat myself to F1 Manager, and Civilization 6 is only £7 at the minute on Steam. So I thought, maybe why not? I've told them that they're doing well, and then they're really angry about that because they're not convinced that they are doing well. F1 Manager sweeping the space for sure. Yeah, I had a bit of a play about with it, and to be fair, I can see why people are getting involved in it. It seems fun, and I don't really know much about F1, but it definitely seems like something you could pick up and play quite quickly. So. Yeah, definitely plot points all over. So we have to kind of try and work out a little bit of a handover period as well for FM22 and FM23. So, no, oof! If he puts his foot through that, that's a goal. Save 6 is good, but takes a long time. Really good if you've got the time. Yeah, you need the time, don't you? You need the time. Reece Morgan, well intercepted by Robbie Gotts. Braybrook. Broxham, Morgan, Matovu, Broxham, what a save that is. What a save that is. Incredible save. Should have been 2-1. Rooney, back to Welsh. We have got FM23 plans sorted, Kev, and you'll be delighted to know that I've made an incredibly foolish decision, and one that will inevitably end up with me with egg on my face. So I'm going to be doing Arsenal for the beta. Evening, Cam Ashworth. How are you, buddy? Welcome back. Pleasure to see you, as we're not seeing you around for a little while. Wondering, if EA have brought out Codemasters, would they be tempted to bring out LMA Manager? Oof. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? That would justify the whole the whole Richmond thing with that's on FIFA at the minute. Wintle with an effort. Yeah, so Kev, the plan is Arsenal for the beta. We're doing a or nothing save. So it's not quite all or nothing, it's just going to be or nothing. Just playing around with it. Obviously, I'm a big fan of how they've recruited this year. I think that they should be a bit of fun to have as a main team. I don't manage the Premier League normally, so it's just going to be a bit of daftness. Heads over the top. And then for the main save, I'm looking to do the British Steel Challenge. So it's winning all the titles that are available in England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, and the Republic of Ireland as well. So it's 32 titles, which includes league promotions and stuff. So if you don't win the league but you get promoted, that counts as a title. So we're going to do that. I I can't imagine I'll complete it. But I think at the very least it's a British Isles journeyman, which I think will be pretty good fun, and we'll certainly get some stories and some narrative along the way. So that's where I am. That's my thoughts. What about you, Kev? Have you got yours sorted out yet? And who else as well, by the way, in the chat, if you've also got your FM23 plans, let us know what you've got, because it's always the exciting part of the cycle, isn't it? Working out what people are going to do next. It's hefty, and the thing as well is, because it's hefty, it can run for the full cycle. So, you know, the plan obviously was to try and do Build a Nation. That was supposed to run for the full cycle. We worked out very quickly that couldn't really be done, partly because of me, partly because of the way that the game was developed, and partly because, you know, Indonesia doesn't quite allow for that sort of stuff as well. But mainly because of me. Whereas this one, I think, you know, a never-ending journeyman around the British Isles. There's always going to be a team to take over. There's always going to be a plot point to have. Whether we end up getting any titles or trophies along the way is going to be like, you know, it's almost irrelevant, really. Like, the interesting bit is going to be who do we start the save with. Obviously, we'll do it in classic TJ fashion, so we have to start unemployed, we have to start with no badges, we have to start with no experience, and I guess we sort of progress and see what job comes up. But don't know whether we sort of simulate to Christmas and then see whose job's available, or whether we just go for whoever's out of a job straight away. But we obviously take out the first season transfer window as well. Not that we'll be getting in a league that'll matter about that, so pretty sure we'll be working on games with amateur contracts. So it's gonna be people who can't play today because they've got to go to work. You know, that'll be my biggest issue. Excuse me. 56 Papa John's trophies in FM23 journeyman. You know what? Yes, 100%. I think the Papa John's trophy is my favourite trophy on the game. Motherwell. Here we go. We could go back to Motherwell. Sorry, back to Motherwell. We never went to Motherwell, did we? Aber what now? Kev save Valencia for the beta. Nice. And a series called Homeward Bound for the main save. Basically start in the Ukraine and work your way home. Nice. Only way to pass over the border at the next country is to win the league in the country you're in. Love it. I love that. Kev. That sounds brilliant. I'm a big fan of it. I'm a big fan of that. I've seen a few of those sorts of styles of saves advertised, and they do sound very, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. It does also helps as well if you understand geography. I tried to make the journeyman, the British Isles one, even harder by going, I can only move once I've completed that country. But then I was like, that's a stupid idea. Get rid of that completely. When I'm in Ukraine next August, you know, it went badly. Yeah, you can have the save file after I finish with it. Don't worry, Dan. I'll be sacked in Arsenal very quickly. You know, if the previous bit is anything to go by, it'll be one season. It'll be fine. Literally a one season wonder, but with a team that should apparently do better. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. And I'm really looking forward to it. To be honest, I'm really looking forward to the new game cycle. I always am when the new game comes out. So it's just gonna be interesting, isn't it? It's gonna be interesting to see what's what. And then of course it comes out the day after FMT Live. So what better way to celebrate? We will of course be streaming on launch day as well. So we'll do we're gonna do the show, and then of course we're gonna get the train back up, and we'll probably, because I've got the day off work as well, we'll probably stream in the afternoon, I'd imagine. Then we'll also do one in the evening as well to sort of get up to speed with stuff. So that might be finishing off Arsenal on the beta. We might wait until see if there's a patch out or something to update some stuff. But Johnny Kenny gives us the lead So we are 1-0 up against Coventry after 13 minutes. Because that's the thing, see, there's always going to be a patch coming. So you don't want to start a massive game if it's got like a massive issue in the database straight away, so, or in the match engine. So there is that little thing in it going, do we give it a week or so to finish everything off and then jump into the main save? So there's that thought as well, you know. I guess it depends on whether I've been sacked by Arsenal at that point. So if I haven't been sacked by Arsenal and I'm still at the club, then we might try that and do an extra season or something. But yeah, we shall see. So I've got a very itchy nose at this point as well, so apologies for that. Nicely held by Barden. Decked out all in orange. Very commanding. The big cheese is back. Takes that down beautifully. Kenny, the big cheese. Oh, it was almost perfect. It was almost perfect. Great save by the Coventry goalkeeper, who I think is called Onana, and surely it's not the same Onana. Surely it's not. You can never tell in this game, though, can you? Lapaga Gambos. No, it's not. It's Ondoa, sorry. Mamadov with a header just over the top. I mean, at this point, happy in the first half. Very happy. I mean, look at the stats. 12 shots for us, 1 for Coventry. This has got 3-1 Coventry written all over it, hasn't it? Do you know what I mean? We're pulling away from Norwich. We're 10 points away from Norwich at this point. I don't want to change anything. I'm sitting watching going, there's no highlights, which is good because that means that both tactics are cancelling each other out. But we're now 5 minutes from time. Coventry have got the ball. It's a long ball forward. It's been intercepted though. It's been now re-intercepted. It's coming back. Here's Longman. He's saved it. Ooh, that wasn't what we were hoping for, was it? That wasn't what we were hoping for. Right, let's just very quickly make a change here, because we need to also go a bit more balanced, I think. Cautious, go disciplined, slightly lower tempo, bit of time wasting possibly. Play for set plays as well. That was definitely a few. That was definitely a few. Kev, you're right. Slow the pace down as well. Let's not try and do anything too daft. See if we can hold the game out. Look at that. We did. We've got to win. We've got to win. See, now it's not too bad. We struggled earlier, but you know, we're just about getting a couple of things happening now, so this is much more like it. Panic? What panic? What panic? It's never a panic. Obviously, everything changes in a couple of weeks when it says, you've been offered an interview at Norwich. And we go, oh, forgot about that. Forgot about that. Get it clipped. Get it clipped. That is perfect. Unbelievable. Unbelievable scenes. Oh, Football Manager, thank you very much. That is funny. Funny. Oh, I love that. I mean, I guess Bailey Boyle. I can't take them seriously. I can't take that seriously. We're going to go and have a chat with Norwich, aren't we? Because their squad is ridiculous. Their squad is stupid. But there is part of me now is going, but we've got the Carabao Cup semi-finals, quarter-finals to think about. One of the reasons the board decided to offer you an interview is because they feel you'll be an acceptable fit for the club's vision for the future. This is mainly as a result of a strong commitment towards adopting a possession-based game. The interview will give you the opportunity to discuss your suitability for the role and allow us to discuss your ambitions and plans in more detail. We're going to have to go, aren't we? We're going to have to go. Hello, Norwich City Football Club. How are you? Tony invited you along so you can put forward our vision for the club and allow you to suggest any alterations for us to consider should we decide to hire you. Now, the thing is, they're suggesting any alterations. That's usually a positive, isn't it? That's usually a positive. And the boards, we're in a proper boardroom rather than just like a cupboard, which is where we used to be. With your team currently defying expectations in the league and in the middle of a good run of form, are you perhaps looking to take advantage by moving whilst your stock is at the highest? 100%. 100%. Yes. One of just some flash in the pan. A lot of hard work has gone to this, and I'm confident we've built sustainable success. I think there's that, isn't it? Or maybe do we go bring in good momentum and hit the ground running? Done a good job there. I've taken them as far as I can. I don't think I have. I think we could still potentially take them somewhere else. I've done well, but it's time for me to move on and take the next step. That could be it, couldn't it? Ask for a chance. Take that next step and join the team who are currently sat bottom of the league. We haven't played them yet, I don't think, this season. I don't think we've played Norwich, have we? I don't want to click back in case I ruined something. I'm going to go with... I'm going to ask for a chance, actually. You developed a reputation for applying for other jobs while still unemployed. I mean, that's one of those things. Like, soz about that. You know, shouldn't really do that. Okay, fine. I won't apply for a job then. You've been embroiled in media controversy, citing the inability to cultivate a strong dressing room atmosphere. Is MJ Williams around? Is this what he's done? Is MJ turned up and he's trying to badmouth me again? Is he? Right. What can you say to address concerns? It won't happen. I'm still... Fine, I'll convince them. Right, fine. Club are looking for a candidate capable of performing to expectations our last manager could not do. Unai Emery. Are you confident of handling that better than our predecessor? Yeah. Absolutely. Our manager didn't enjoy the best relationship with the fans. The fans love me. The players are the ones that don't like me. The fans are alright with me. The players don't like me. How do you feel about working with Liam Lynch, the director of football? Fine. Bring him in. No worries at all. Do you want to bring some backroom staff? Nah, fuck them. Fuck them. They're not coming. They're not coming at all. Play possession-based football. Develop players using the youth system. Okay. Work with the budget. Battle bravely against relegation. 4th round of the FA Cup. Next season, just stay in the Championship. That's fine. I think we just say we're going to be happy with staying there. 770 grand's not a lot of money, but they've got a hell of a squad though, haven't they? So we shouldn't really need too much money at this point, theoretically. The wage budget is the same as the transfer budget, so again, maybe not something that we need right now. What's our finances? A Bolton, 500 grand. It's double the wage budget we're getting, potentially, or we've been offered. Double the wage budget. There's always January, yeah. I mean, we actually play Norwich in 2 games' time. So there is a potential that we get offered the job and our first match is to play as Norwich against Bolton. We play them quickly as well, actually. And then we don't play them again. Ian Smith wants to start more games. That's fine. Yeah. It's plot twist, isn't it? It's plot twist time. Josh Dole wants to start games. I mean, look, everyone can have whatever you want, because I might not even be here in a few weeks' time. But then again, there is part of me thinks I can do something at Bolton. I think it's the underdog in me, isn't it? It's the underdog in me that goes like, I can't just jump again and move straight away. Oh, but would that be? But is that better? Like, what looks better? Going to a club who's bottom of the table and picking them up and dragging them up the table. I don't know. Dapper wants to leave. Fair enough. Right, off you go. Go on then. Just he wants to go. This is like one of those things where if the promises are starting to run out, Norwich have got a higher ceiling than Bolton. Oh yeah, 100%. I think, yeah, I agree with that. It is a bit. It's the better job, isn't it? Really. It's like when we jumped ship from York to Bolton, we shouldn't have really, like, it was a no-brainer. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's an absolute no-brainer. I wanted to go to York from Bolton. It was like, sorry, to go from Bolton to York, I should say. Sorry, go, yeah, get it done. And I've got a feeling this is probably going to feel the same. And I know it, and you know that I know it. So it's now just a case of committing to it and being like, right, okay. If the job's offered, then we have to consider it. You know, that's where we are, I think. But you know, maybe we won't get offered it. Maybe we won't. Who knows? You know, we don't want to be all Harry Redknapp here and just like jumping around. Well, we've spent 12 games at this club and moved on, which is fine. We might have to do that in the next save, actually, for FM20 FM23. That might be what we might have to do. We've got 6 points to make up to even get off the bottom. I'll tell you what we'll do it now. Eze with a free kick, just gone wide. Right, there you go. Pull is up. Okay, where were Norwich in the pre-season predictions? They were predicted to finish 8th. Kev, so they are massively underperforming with Unai Emery in charge as well. So, but their squad's littered with stars and Joe Linton. So they've got much better players. As I say, they've got double the wage budget. They don't have any transfer budget because they've spent a shitload of money. Really. Oh. So, I mean, we did say it's the story hunter, didn't we? We did say the whole thing is to build narrative. Borges has scored, so he's already got a goal there. This is against second in the table, Watford as well, so we're hanging on here as well. Evening, Cozza Bob. How are you, my man? Welcome in. Big shout out to you, of course. How was the Cozza Cup tonight? Welcome. Drop Cozza a follow, by the way, everyone. If you can do, please, that'd be lovely. You've joined a very interesting time, Bob. Very interesting. Hello, Rob Wilhouse. How are you? Welcome. Welcome. You've joined a very interesting time. We are currently at Bolton Wanderers and having the time you'd expect, to be honest, at Bolton. We are not in the bottom three, which maybe you don't expect as Bolton. But we've just had an interview for Norwich, for the Norwich job, and Norwich are currently sat bottom/second bottom in the minute. We're going to give the ball away. That's a terrible goal to concede. Terrible. What was Mamedov doing there? Just delaying. Just get rid of it. Just get rid of it. Bringing Ian Smith on now, and I think that's a bad idea as well, because he's probably not really quick enough to deal with this. Unbelievable. So we've just been offered an interview with Norwich, which of course changes everything, really. Because at this point we're now going, oh, maybe there's an option of maybe there's something different, and there might be something different. So we're just trying to work out now, what do we do? Because there's dissension from the players. Norwich are 2-0 up. Paddy McNair with a penalty. Who's giving Paddy McNair penalty duties? Not on our watch. Wintel's looking like he's flagging a bit. So we're replacing with Montel. As Matovu's gone through. Oof. Penalty. We haven't built that much of an affinity with Bolton, you're right, to be honest. No, we really haven't. We've turned up. We kept them up last year. They were always going to stay up last year. It wasn't really an issue, to be honest. And then this year we've brought a couple of players in. Brought the big cheese in. We brought Braybrook in. We brought Mamedov in. We've not really built much of an affinity, as you say. But we're now trying to work out whether or not, if we get offered, do we jump ship to Norwich? Because, as has sort of been put in the chat already, Norwich have got a much higher glass ceiling than a much higher ceiling than Bolton have. That's a great goal. Terrible goal to concede, but now last minute. Gouda as well. Welcome, Gouda. Been out in the groups as well, but avoided the dreaded no points. Oof. Well done. No points nobody wants the no points. Troy Parrott with a goal in the last minute. I mean, look, they've just beaten Birmingham as well, which is a huge result for them. That was a decent performance against second place Watford. Obviously, the plot twist is our next match is at home to Norwich. So the question is, what happens? What happens in the next couple of weeks? It's all a bit up in the air, isn't it? You know, everyone's okay. It sounds a lot like the expectation is to go to Norwich. We could do that. And that's probably the right answer. It probably is the right answer, to be honest. There's a little bit of man flu kicking around. We've got obviously the kids are at school, so I think we've picked up a little bug from there. So, which it happens. We're very snotty last night. It's just got a bit of a croaky voice tonight, to be honest. So here we are doing our thing, but it's a pleasure, of course, to have everybody in. The Bolton Norwich match has been rearranged. Okay. I wonder if that's intentional. Other things that are quite interesting, Bob, is that we're also in the Carabao Cup quarterfinals. I don't think it's interesting enough for us to potentially reject Norwich, because their youth facilities are superb. Their training facilities are excellent. These are the players they've got in their squad, right? Okay. Their goalkeeper is valued at £21 million. We haven't got a player who's valued at £21 million at Bolton. This guy's ridiculous. Yop plug. They've got Victor Johansson as a backup goalkeeper, who again is excellent. They've got Ian Shithole, who is a Zimbabwean, jumping reach of 16, 6'3". He's a 21-year-old centre half. He looks the business. They've got Paddy McNair, 33 years old, still playing. Fine. They've got Leo Duarte, formerly of AC Milan and Flamengo. They've got Mason Holgate. They've got Harrison Reed. They've got a guy called Julian Wade, who seems a decent Argentinian defender. They've got Ethan Laird on loan, who's excellent as well. They've got Jed Spence, who they've actually bought from Middlesbrough. They've still got Rashika, who they've got in real life, but they're looking to sell him, obviously. Abdullah Bar looks pretty decent and is wanted, so again we can cash in. They've got Joe Linton. They've got big Joe Linton. He's still there. They've got Hwang Hee Chan up front from Wolves. They've got in there. Adam Ida is still there as well. So I think they've got a good squad. Luke Dalton as well seems to be a young player that's come through. They've created their own players. Ah, yes, Juan's leaving, yeah. Off to Minnesota in January. All right, so we haven't got Juan then. He's on his way out. So, right, deal's off. Not doing it. That's reasonable. Who have they got? And they'll clearly have stuck some players in there to get rid of as well. They must have like a couple of prospects coming through as well, surely. That's pretty decent, isn't it? It's a good setup. They've just beaten Birmingham. They've lost 4-1, 4-2. Home to Reading, home to Swansea, Palace, Birmingham. Winnable games. And then, of course, Bolton at home. So at Carrow Road. Cowley sacked by Birmingham following the Norwich result. So here we go then. Just going to put it in the chat there to replace Unai Emery. I mean, the thing is, I can't really make enough. Can anybody make a case for staying at Bolton? I'm enjoying Bolton, right? I'm enjoying Bolton. We jumped ship from York pretty quickly, okay? Granted, it was potentially maybe it's not the great idea. It wasn't the best idea in the long run, but we've progressed the save, so we've come out of League Two into the Championship. We haven't got much time left in the with the save, really. I think the cup run. I'm thinking about the cup run. Norwich were predicted to finish 8th. We're predicted to finish 22nd, okay? So they are obviously having a worse time of it than we are. A much worse time of it. They're bottom of the league, right? We were top of the league after 3 games, sorry. It's been a steady decline, but we are back up on the way again. We could keep going. Financially, they're much better off than we are. £103 million estimated value. We are estimated £34 million. I'm struggling to. Part of me doesn't want to just move again for the sake of it, but there is part of me going, surely we should be able to do better with Norwich. Surely this squad is better than what we've got. Do you know what I mean? Like there's no cup run though. That's the only problem. If you're like running, Bolton's nowhere near where I live is very hilly. Norwich is very flat. Norwich is a bugger to drive to. I'll give you that. It's horrific. And they've won the Championship before. They've won League One before. Bugger to drive, bugger for trains for away days as well. Yeah, got to think about this then. Support midfielder. Got to think about everything. Like, you know. I think we have to go, don't we? I think we have to go. It's just a better squad. Like, it's so much better than Ryan Wintle, who's a 31-year-old player who's good but isn't really great. Finances, we're getting double the wage budget than what we've got right now. Like Reece Morgan, is he good enough to come with us? I don't know, maybe not. He's only 22. He could potentially get better. I can hear already asking him, where is he now? Where is he now? I mean, Johnny Kenny, do we bring Johnny Kenny? We can't afford him, but I feel like we probably have to go, don't we? We probably have to go to Norwich. Put a minimum release clause in on Johnny Kenny. I mean, that would be cruel, wouldn't it? That would be cruel. I don't think we do. I think we have to avoid that sort of skullduggery. I mean, let's be honest. It's only 3 points to get us off the bottom of the table and out of the drop zone. We've done 3 points before. We know how this works. I think we have to, don't we? I think we have to. It would happen in real life. You're right. It would happen in real life. Someone would jump and go, this is a bigger job. Do you know what I mean? Like, half the squad is over 27. Well, I mean, look, all these players have got transfer values. Not, you know, Bolton don't. I think we right, we're off to Norwich. It did happen. Sunderland manager left for Stoke. Exactly. Right. 9.5 grand. Didn't nick any players. No, he didn't actually. He was quite respectful about that. So 9.5 grand link, I suppose, is a basic for battle draft. Yeah. TJ draft. There we go. Age doesn't matter when you've got a little time left. Exactly. We're just going to quickly try and bomb through it. So, what's my current contract? Oh, I'm on £4,300 and they're going to give me 9.5 grand. I fucking, yeah. Let's go. Right? Delia. Give me it. Right. We're in. We've taken charge of Norwich now. Easy negotiation when they go, would you like twice as much money as you're currently getting? Yes, please. So there you go. So things have changed again. Right? We're currently bottom of the table at this point now, but with a much better squad. A much better squad. Obviously, we have to now consider Rob Woolhouse. Appreciate the follow. Obviously, waiting for that button to get pressed. Move to Norwich and I'll hit follow. They play a diamond. They like a diamond. Up the Canaries. We could do a diamond. We could do a diamond. Okay, let's go with it then. I thought I'd follow weeks ago. Hey, don't worry about it all. I think sometimes Twitch does some weird things, so it moves stuff around. So don't stress about it. That's not a problem. Where's what we've just been using? The diamond. Where's the posh diamond? We have to just create something, aren't we? What's the Baku diamond? Do you remember that? Do you remember the Baku diamond? And then Ganj in it. Oops. Where do I have my we want to go. I thought it was a diamond. It's not. That's fine. We can get a diamond formation out of here somewhere. We've got one. I'm sure we've got one. We must have. We've created several. As the posh diamond. That'll be the one. But again, we bring those players back. Don't get them running up too far. Who have we got then? So, Plogging goal. Okay, Danny Shithole. Ian Shithole, sorry. Danny Shithole was part of our Indonesian save, of course. So Duarte is a possible fullback. Mason Holgate is a possible fullback. Let's put Holgate there for now. Osterwozy. Ward. Actually, no, we're going to play Ethan Laird at right back, I reckon, instead of Holgate. Jed Spence. Players are going to be struggling again in this formation because we're not going to play the formation that's going to suit the players, to be honest. Okay, which is fine. When do the details go up for the supers for Sunday's draft? Literally above you. If you click into the Discord, then it'll have all this information there for you. I believe. That should help you get started. I think we might have to change this up. I think we might have to go to a 4-4-2 actually. Excuse me. Orthodox midfielder there for Jolinton Borges. Actually, Jed Spence possibly. Paddy McNair is going to have to play whether we like it or not. And that troubles me. Mason Holgate. Paddy McNair. Probably as the DM actually. Left-sided player. Who've got on the left side? Rashika. Roba. Roba looks pretty good. 16 for dribbling. Borges, of course, can play out there as well if needs be. Alan Stanton. Actually, he looks handy, doesn't he? There you go. And then we'll play with Joaquin on the bench there. Or, actually, no, let's play Wada. Yeah, Wada rather than Joaquin. And we need another forward. Another player to go up front. We'll play Han for now. Just for now, but then of course we'll have to switch that up when he leaves, as they all leave. There's Borges and then D'Alton as well, who looks like a decent player. So, right, Kev, appreciate you being here. Appreciate you being here as always. Wonderful having you in. Yeah, we'll hopefully catch you up soon, man. I'm going to catch you the rest of your stream this week. But yeah, things have obviously changed. Things have changed considerably at this point. Yeah, not expecting it to have gone like this. It's all a bit interesting now. Just trying to work out exactly what the right systems are here, because we go DM, set on defender on midfield, box to box. Wide midfielder on attack, wing back on defend, wing back on support, complete wing back on attack. Now Ethan Laird isn't necessarily he is a complete wing back, but not on attack. Let's make him a support wing back. Jed Spence can go up as well. Juan's a pressing forward. Let's swap him then with Adam Ida and do that. That looks reasonable for now. Players that are currently unhappy. Well, hello, players that are currently unhappy. I'm your new manager. I'm born to make you unhappy. Okay, so Joaquin's been there for a while. Lundberg thinks James will surprise the critics. I mean, Lundberg was very disrespectful of us when we took over Bolton, despite failing to acknowledge the fact that he was the reason that Bolton was struggling. So, Shandon Baptiste and Ian Shithole are the current captains, so let's not change that too much then. Let's have a quick little look at this meeting, see what's going on. Develop your weaker foot, son. New contracts, we can get new contracts, that's fine. Players on the list, we're not putting players on transfer list just yet. Everyone has a chance to show me what they've got at this moment in time. Our first match is in 12 days. 12 long, grueling days to get stuff locked down. We face Reading, then we face Swansea, Crystal Palace, Birmingham, Coventry, Bolton Wanderers, Huddersfield, Watford and Forest, and then Stoke. So interesting, of course, that we have changed as we've done. But yeah, like I say, I don't think we're going to be sat at the bottom of the table for too long. I think this group of players are a good group of players, and yeah, I'm confident that we can start moving up. 2 friendlies before a league match. Well, that's so crazy. It might just work. Let's introduce ourselves to the players, shall we? And upset them all straight away. Understand some people might have doubts about lack of experience. I mean, let's not do on about that. Yeah, we're not going to get drawn in a relegation battle, don't worry about that. It's fine. Let's all be happy. Let's all be happy together. Joe Linton's out for 7 days. Excellent. You're right. A friendly's not a bad shout, actually. Let's see what we can get before the Reading game. play against someone nearby. Wroxham. Yeah, give Wroxham a game. Right. And then, yeah, then let's give a match tomorrow as well. It's Dereham. Dereham, I believe it's pronounced. Right. It's not going to be great, though, because obviously we are going to be tiring some of our players, but have we disappointed some Bolton fans? Probably. But to be fair, it was the players. It was them that were fucking about, not me. Yeah. That's the way it works, isn't it? They're the ones that were going behind my back and twisting away at each other and, you know, being like, oh, look at him, look at him, see how he does this. Like, we're getting rid. Okay, we are gonna do a quick friendly then. See how we can get on. What's difficult is the fact that our forward players can't play. So let's have a little look at our reserves and see if we've got anybody who can just play in a friendly match this week. Freddie Green can't even play. He's in the international duty. Ewan McKinnon, dribbling, acceleration, fitness, he's reasonable, I suppose. George Bradley could become as good as Anavida. There we go, that'll do. Right, up you get then. Into the first team for you. Have a quick run. Okay, and then we'll just quickly fill the rest of the bench with anyone who's available and in the local area. Remove. Right. So, Ethan Laird's not fully fit, so let's change him out then. Do that. Right. Let's have a quick little look, see how the team looks. First port call, just to see what the players look like in that famous canary yellow and green kit. So we'll see what the players are capable of. I think we've got wing play on, have we? There we go, first goal, Ian Shithole with a big header. Did chat know they can get to grips with a brand new team of their own on Sunday night? TJFM versus the community. They have been told. Cos Bob, they've been told they can sign up via the Discord. Get yourselves involved if you want to be part of it. It is a Scandinavian draft pool. £20 million is the draft budget, which sounds nothing, but in that pool you can get a lot of money. You can get a lot for 20 million quid. So it's going to be an interesting draft. So if you're interested, come and join us on Sunday night. It is just a bit of fun. There's no draft rankings at this point, but who knows what the future might bring. If it becomes popular, if it becomes something that we can do, and it becomes more than a community draft, then maybe there will be ranking points. You don't have to stream, you don't have to be a creator. Just need a stable internet connection, a copy of FM22, and just to not be a knobhead. That's the least we ask. Borges pulls it back. Jed Spence with the goal. This is what we want. A little bit of morale. Let's then get those players happy before we take on our first match. Out to Borges. Goes down the wing. D'Alton. Out. Borges. Good cross. Jed Spence with a header. Drafters will be looking for the TJFM versus the community channel. That's correct, Gouda, of course. Acting like a traffic attendant almost, I suppose. Guiding you into the correct channel in the Discord. Oh, Mason Holgate with a header. Look at that. In off the underside of the bar. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful scenes. Harrison Reed with the corner. In Mason Holgate heads it wide. Mason Holgate, come on, what are you doing? There's Plug. Oud. I mean, falls through for Rashika. He's missed. This is probably why they're down near the bottom, to be honest. They're having an absolutely terrible time in front of goal. 19 shots, 8 on target. XG of 2.64. We've only scored 4 goals. I guess we also need to work out what our defence is like. I'm guessing leaky. We're probably a centre-half short at the very least. Plug obviously has to do a lot of work himself, I'm guessing. Good save there. Chapman with the ball in, heads away. Oh, nice ball in, but saved comfortably. Make a couple of changes now, I reckon, as well, and just have another look at some players. Good ball through for Bradley. Straight at the keeper. Straight at the keeper. You need to do better there, don't you? Sandbridge now. Ball's in. Spence with the interception. Bradley with the ball. Youngster's done alright, to be honest, on his debut. I was giving the ball away just there, but, you know, he's not looked massively out of place. To be honest, Mayer just need to wait this last 8 minutes, get through this, and then we're happy enough, aren't we? Good ball, Rashika. Oh, he's gone for goal. He's gone for goal. Didn't need to. Like he probably did. There was no real options at the back post, to be honest, to cut it back to. But if there was an option at the back post, he probably would have slid it across the goalkeeper and he would have just tapped it in. That's what I'm guessing he would have done. 4-0's fine. 4-0's decent. Little bit of morale boost for the players there. Unsure about whether we do this second one. We might still do the second one, at least though we've then got 2 games running, but obviously then partly wondering, is that going to be is that going to tire the players out too much? Hope not. Hope not. When's our who are we playing actually? So we've got Reading first at home, so at least we've got a home game so the fans get to see us properly. Then Swansea, so 17th, 22nd, Crystal Palace away, Birmingham 21st, Coventry 10th, and then Bolton 15th. So teams in and around us that we could start to pick up some points against and start to move ourselves off the foot of the table. By the end of the season, by the end of January, by the end of December, we want to be off the foot of the table and out of the relegation spots, to be honest. That's what we want. We'll be aiming to look at Ipswich and Barnsley. Start putting some pressure on them, you know. Yeah, definitely confidence boost. I mean, here we go. This lad that we've got on loan from Liverpool, Alan Stanton, wonder kid. So we've got decent players. What on earth they're doing down here, I've got no idea. Really. No idea. No idea. Right, let's move some more of the youngsters up actually to see and have a little look at them, because we're probably not going to be able to use everybody that we've got. Calvin Richards. These are all quality players by all accounts. David McGrath, he's not going to be good enough, is he? He's not bad. Luke McGovern, he's 22 though. Sergio Mateus, determined, brave. Could have been somebody, I guess, but it's not quite there. Steve Kiley, again, move him up as well. Yeah, not too bad. There are some players in there that could potentially end up making first team appearances. So yeah, we'll do a bit of rotation, get some more of these younger players in there, and then Joe Linton wants to play in a higher rep league, right? I get that, but right, if anybody comes in for you, then fine, but he wants to go to Corinthians for 400 grand, and we've said 2.5 million. Like, do you know what I mean? Nah. It's a joke, mate. It's a joke. Both disgustingly low bids. He's probably going to kick off about that now, isn't he? Be like, oh, you know, I've decided to be angry and create a scene. Oh, have you, Joe Linton? Thank you. Actually, to be fair, it doesn't look like he's done that at all. He's actually an upstanding member of the community. He's not MJ Williams, is he? I mean, who goes around calling themselves MJ? Do you know what I mean? What's he thinking? What's he thinking? Central defender, central defenders. Joaquin. Let's have a look at Steve Kiley. He's knackered. Who have I just moved out actually? Paddy McNair. He can't play there, can he? He's tired. He's on national duty, so that's not going to help. Right, okay. Steve Kiley can go there then. Good luck with the new team, off to bed. No worries at all, Bob. Pleasure to have you in, as always. I will hopefully catch you very, very soon. So we'll see you during the week, no doubt, for TJFM versus the community. So very much looking forward to that. Let's put Ailton, we'll put him out. Change a couple of players around. Michael Arthur. Do you want to have a look at him? Let's keep Jed Spence there actually for now. Right. See what this new setup looks like. A couple of new players, and then of course we'll do the first league game, which again we think is Reading. So hopefully we can start with a positive performance. Hopefully these friendlies will do just that to boost the morale. Ida back for Stanton, 1-0, 7 minutes in. The little wonder kid's got himself a goal on the early doors. Again, though, wonder kids are fantastic, but are they what you need in a relegation battle? I don't know. There's only one way to find out, though, and hopefully this guy can do it. Not that I'm putting all the pressure on him, but we're probably going to do that. Well, that's who we beat last night. Wroxham, yeah. I hear you never wear anything for kids. Exactly, Cass. Exactly. This is the thing. There's Adam Ida. Back to Stanton. I'm channeling my inner Jeremy Goss here. George Bradley with a goal. He's a young kid, there we go. So I'm channeling Jeremy Goss, I'm channeling Mark Robbins, I'm channeling Ian Walker. Mike Walker, actually. You met Jeremy Goss, nice. Chris Sutton. Ian Culverhouse, you know, all these players that the Norwich greats. Rule Fox. See, we did it for Bolton. We can do it for Norwich as well. Also as well, the Norwich kits are lush this year as well, so technically we have made a good decision to move here. You know, all three are absolute bangers. Jed Spence with the ball right across the goal line. Low into the box. Like that. Good ball through. And present me with the Princess Diana Award for inspiring disabled kids getting into sport. Nice. What a wonderful man Jeremy Goss is. Good ball up top there to Ida. Stanton picks it out. Thinks about it. Goes the other way. Oh, there's Bradley. Little George Bradley getting another goal. He wants to be sort of like, hello, boss, I'm new round here, but, you know, this guy. Steve Clark of Scotland fame has become Chelsea manager in your save. I mean, that's not that out there, is it? He used to be assistant manager, didn't he, Cass? Back in the day, but I guess it is still a strange appointment, really. You know. Tried to sign Stanton several times and never got him, so keen to see him. Oh, okay. Is he an actual player, is he? Interesting. Well, in that case, we're all very interested to see him then. I thought it was a new gen. It shows what I know, doesn't it? Am I thinking Stoneton? Yeah, he's got a new gen's face. He's definitely got a new gen's face. Yeah, it might be, it might not be. I don't know. Confused this late. It's fine. Confused is good, right? I'm going to bring him off actually as well, just to save any further confusion for you. Look at that for a long ball. Long ball. Ida turns, smashes it off the inside of the post. I mean, it's another 4. It's another 4. So got to be happy enough with that, right? Oh. Let's just give everyone a run out now. They do look quite physical. That's a good point, actually, Luna Buster, yeah. Even in a friendly, they're getting themselves involved. Nice finish. Michael Arthur, again, another young debutant there. Bradley with the assist as well. So, I know it's only friendly, I know it's against like a lower level team, but the movement's pretty good. You know, maybe we should be okay. Cam Ashworth just broken my transfer record at Tenerife to sign a striker from Real Madrid called Salah. Cost me £1.7 million on his cruise ship in his first friendly. Oh. That's the worst thing. That is brutal when that happens. There's just nothing worse. Nothing worse. On this game, of course. Like sometimes you don't have to just remind everybody, Tony. Okay, so 4-0 and 5-0. They're pretty good morale boosting victories. Hopefully, that means therefore when we go into our league match against Reading, we go in with a bit of confidence, bit of swagger. Turn up and try and get this done. Yeah. Let's quickly plug our set pieces in as well, because we need to make sure that's going to work. Otherwise, again, it's just another issue that we can't do. 13, 17. 5? Who's that there? Harrison Reed, right, he's not even going to be on the team, so that's fine. It's good to the fact that there's players with heading of 17 as well. That's pretty decent. You know? Right, so let's work out what the team's going to look like then. So, Victor Johansson's going to be on the other bench. Danny Shithole is going to be centre half. And Paddy McNair's not going to be playing centre half. Harrison Reed's not going to be playing. We're going to play Ethan Laird at right back. Mason Holgate in the centre. Duarte? No. Aude is going to stay as the left back. Although Joaquin could play left back there. Let's keep it Wade, actually. Baptiste in the middle, maybe. Stanton on the left, definitely. Ida up top with Borges, maybe. He's quick. I mean, Juan could go there. We've actually got options up front, which is good. Okay, Abdullah Bar is a pretty good player as well. How is this team like as low down as it is? I don't get it. Yeah, good night, Lulu. Pleasure seeing you in. Hopefully we'll see you. Probably not tomorrow, I don't think. We will be back at some point. Probably, what day are we now? Wednesday, maybe Friday? Friday will probably be the next thing. We'll do so. Paddy McNair in for Baptiste, I think. So Bar doesn't want to play there, but Bar could play there, of course, if we move him up. Right, so put him there. I'm going to keep me in just in case. And I think that's probably where we need to be. Right, let's go with it. Reading first, then Swansea, then Crystal Palace. Exciting, right? I mean, we weren't at Bolton very long, but let's have a quick look at what does our history say. How long were we at Bolton? We were there for how many days? Actually, we were there a year. We're actually there a year. Okay. Pretty much to the day. So yeah, okay. One season at Bolton, then we 1 year at Bolton, then we moved off. Fine. We're getting the journeyman territory now, which is good because we're practicing for next year. Harrison Reed wants to go out on loan. That sounds fine. Off you go. Ottawa, he wants to go out on loan as well. Fine, off you go. Helps us just sort these players out before the transfer window opens in January, because if players are wanting out, then it makes things easy. Alex Clarkson is wanting on loan for St Albans. Let's find out you go on loan then. Yeah, we can do some proper recruitment again as well. Okay, right, let's go for it. Michael Arthur and Calvin Richardson both getting squad numbers. So here we go, the first match in charge of Norwich City at home to Reading. Let's go and have it. Carrow Road. Is it full to the rafters? No, it's not. It's not. There's still seats. You can buy seats on the door, and Reading have got a free kick after a minute. In fact, Reading nearly took the lead after a minute. That's not good. Retraining Barter right mid. Yeah, it's not a bad shout actually. That's not a bad shout. Because if he's going to play attacking, then obviously he worked well in a 4-2-4. We can obviously move him up, move Stanton up as well if needs be. That could work quite handy. But you're right, yeah, maybe we do need to move him a little bit. Stanton trying to get the header up there. It's not going to work. Bowler. Balls through. Intercepted. Fine. Pluig with the long direct clearance. Which worries me because it's going to come back. Ida should have been on top of that, to be honest. Chasing it down. Nice tackle. Yeah, again, we're just punting balls, aren't we? There's no rhyme or reason to where they're going. Passing the space on, that's why. Okay. Shorten the passing a little bit as well. Go positive. Move up a wee bit. See if the ball can be picked out. It can be. Nice. Ida all the way back to the goalkeeper. Not really the most positive pass that we've seen him do so far, but it's fine. He's knocked it down though for Borges, who goes flying and hits it just over the top. Dan, like the tweet about Nunes. Thank you, Dan. Yeah. I was like, yeah, this'll do. See, the ball's going over the top, headed away nicely. Bar's picked up. Bar's got a yellow card as well. That's something we might have to have a think about. Okay. Bar goes charging forward. Laird's already gone. Back to Bar. Back to Ida. Laird. Standing at the back post. Adam Ida. It's 1-0. It's 1-0 Norwich. That is a great start. Absolutely great start. That's what you want, right? That's exactly what you want. Does it lift us off the bottom? Not quite yet. Not quite yet. Oof. Paddy McNair with the header at the back post. What are Swansea saying? 0-0 with Norwich, with Nottingham Forest. So if Nottingham Forest score, we could potentially, with our first match in charge, move out of the relegation zone. Come on, Forest. Do us a favour here. Dalton Stanton. Thought about going inside. He's gone wide. Puts the cross in. Adam Ida again with another header. Stanton's starting to tire. Bar's not having a great time at right back, so let's change him for Spence. Paddy McNair again. We can swap for Joe Linton as well. Stanton's maybe the guy we need to change. Might bring Borges, move Borges back. Then Stanton can go switching for Joe Linton up front. That could work, couldn't it? Reading seem to be coming back in the game. It's been a match of chances, but no goal scoring chances really. You know, we've only had one. We've had 3 shots on target really. Adam Hyder makes it 2-0. Joe Linton with the knockdown. That's more like it. That's how you start your life at a new club, isn't it? Turn up, get yourself a 2-0 win. Hopefully. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. This is what we know about this football match, this football game. It just doesn't seem to work all the time, does it? Ethan Laird's now picked up an injury, so we're going to put Harrison Reed on. Hopefully see if that can help see the game out. Borges, what a ball that is. I don't know if he's trying to pass the ball, he's trying to volley it. I can hear a child moving. Oh, good ball inside. Off the post. Oof. Yeah, we'll change the title to the next stream, Dan. I don't think anyone's going to be jumping in at this point for I mean, well, they might well jump in for a Norwich stream at this point, to be honest. But we're going to be leaving shortly, so I'd feel bad sort of like changing it, and everyone's like, "Oh, hello, here's Norwich saving." Like, yeah, we're going, soz lads and lasses, and everyone else in between. Yeah, it's it makes sense that we should change the title constantly. Ball's played inside. Spence, Harrison Reed, McNair. Just keep the ball, lads. That's all you need to do. Nothing silly. This has been a dominant performance. We've looked good on the ball. We've been able to cut the any sort of like balls over the top. We've been able to cut them out quite nicely. Defensively, we've looked solid. Got a bit of luck, which is what you need in this situation as well. And I think that is pretty impressive for a first match in charge. We're over the moon with that. That's exactly what you want. And we got a bit of luck with Nottingham Forest as well. So Forest have also managed to do us a bit of a solid and helped move us out of the relegation zone, which is exactly what we want. So I suppose what we do now is we're going to chill. We're going to chill my voice out, and we're going to come back on Friday with a little bit more Norwich now. I have to remember to say Norwich rather than Bolton or whatever it is we've been doing previously. Let's go and send a raid over to who's online at the minute. There is a guy called Zabu on doing a Northampton save, or Gavin Brash is on doing Norgeland. He's been on for a while. FM King's just started a Portugal network save. So let's go FM King. You can go and hang in there for a wee bit, because that is it's a new one, so should be quite nice. So go and give him some love, and yeah, as I say, appreciate you guys all being in. It's been a lot of fun tonight, and take care of yourselves, and we'll see you all on Friday. All the best. Take it easy. Bye now.
Between me and my mate, yeah. Oh, Tony, welcome in. Thank you for the ride.